we've had our first frost this morning of the year. We're going to go back and remove a cedar bridge that I had built. It's about 10 years old now, I think. And I have the fire going. We're going to bring some material up that we need to go ahead and burn. And I've also brought my half barrel up because anything that I suspect that'll have nails or screws in it, I want to isolate that and burn. That way I can bring the magnet down and clean that up and we don't have nails and things spread out all over the place. I hope you guys enjoy the video. We're going to tear some stuff up. Thanks for watching. This bridge has actually held up well. Originally when I built this, I pre-drilled every place that I wanted to either screw or nail the rounds down to. And we will pull out some of this and keep whatever is still good. I do have a couple of them that's rotted out right here on the edges. Now my biggest problem is we built this for a smaller UTV that we owned. We had a Yamaha Rhino and it fit on this bridge perfectly, but now the Mule is so large, the wheelbase is so much wider that I actually need to widen this out by about a foot, foot and a half in order for it to be safer for the Mule as well. So while I'm looking at it, I'm going to go ahead and do what we need to do to rebuild the bridge and make it stronger for the new machine we have and just get this thing back up into shape. Well, look at the steam rolling off the pond back there. Like I said, it's cool this morning. We're, I think, 38 degrees. This one's completely loose. So is this one. So maybe the deconstruction is not going to be too big of a deal. Let's get some tools down here and see what we're going to have to do. I think my easiest course here is simply going to be to get this first one out of the way. Then I'm going to walk down through here with the chainsaw and just simply cut the rounds away from the beams there. And hopefully that'll allow me to keep all the nailed material, the beams there. Looks to me like we're going to need to replace the beams as well, so yeah, and I don't want these nails everywhere. Now the trick's not to step on that after I've sawed it in two. We might have an early morning ride here. Let me get this cut out. It was definitely time to rebuild the bridge, wasn't it? Get some of this stuff out of the way. Short rails worked out pretty good. That's 4 feet. And I'll be able to use that for cribbing back here when we're milling up material with the chainsaw mill. I'll have to cut them in one of these for a while. I try not to waste anything. You just never know. That one ain't gonna make anything. So that one's done. I came through here the day before with a load of firewood on the Mule, and I heard this thing cracking. That's when I realized there was a problem here. And I should have been watching it a little closer. And making this thing wider for the Mule is going to be a great thing, because we really had to watch when we crossed this bridge to begin with. It was just wide enough. One of the main reasons that this bridge is decayed like it has is stacking material across this and allowing leaves, moisture, rain, etc. to set on top of that stuff and get in between the logs. It'll start working its way through the tree, the timbers. And even though these are only 4 feet long, I did go through all the trouble of cutting these up, trimming them out, and the fact that I can still use them for something. There's no sense in just burning these guys up. Stuff will last a long time, and I'm going to be able to use these for new projects we have going on. So I don't mind to salvage them. That one's pretty well done. This is how cedar reacts to the decaying process. So all the bark will leave the tree, and when you get down to the red inside the center of the log, that's the good stuff. That probably take 20 years to finish rotting away. Once that bark leaves, that's where your fence posts that are in the ground and things like that retains its life, is in the red. That guy there was done, wasn't it? Now the Mule itself weighs 1,900 pounds, and then by the time you figure the inertia as you're rolling down and over, you're adding to it. And I bring a loaded trailer of firewood across this. This bridge needs to hold. It's 10 years of water running on top of that thing, and that's the final process right there. It's still waterlogged, it's heavy. It even had fungus growing on it. This is actually a pretty deep ravine right here. It has water in it normally 6-8 months out of the year, and it's dropping in here 3.5, 4 feet, 5 feet in some places. And this is also basket number 5 on the disc golf course. And everybody knows from back at the tee pad, way back here in the back, if you can make it to this little creek up here, you've got a pretty good shot to the basket. A lot of fun. It's normally a pretty good little waterfall right there. Like I said, that little bridge actually serves a big purpose for cleaning up down here, getting a lawnmower back and forth and different things like that. So we have the material and the time, we're going to get a new bridge in there. Let's take this stuff up and get it unloaded. Deal with these nails. The idea is, I'm going to set this right on the edge of the fire. And as I'm burning brush over the next couple of weeks, I will continue to feed those half rounds into this. And then, like I said, all my nails should be right here in this space. Grab those out of there with the magnet, and I won't have to worry about them again. These nails and screws are embedded so deep into that wood that you'd never really dig them out of there. And that's the best way I've figured out how to come up get rid of them. Now, in the next few videos or so, I'm going to rebuild that bridge. And like I said, I've already got started on some of the timbers. And this is actually the top out of the cedar tree for the tree I needed down in order to make the beams. So, hopefully, this bridge is going to go back a little bit differently than I built the last one. We're going to have some chainsaw milling involved and some really nice oak lumber to go along with our cedar lumber. That's going to make a nice looking bridge back there. And if it does another 10 or 15 years, I'll be happy with that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's nice to tear something up every now and then. And I'm glad I got this done before the mule fell through. That would have been really tearing something up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.